All right. Can I just get one more picture with you real quick?
No. Yeah.
All right, thanks. All right, sorry. I have a pen. Do you got a pen on you by chance?
Not offhand, I don't.
That's okay. Well, wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, buddy. Okay, can we take a picture? Awesome, cool. And then I'm gonna have to have you sign for this on the phone. If I can just step in here real quick out the snow, buddy. Sorry. So one of the other things that we got to do while I'm here is we got to go over some things like your online activity that you've been on, buddy. I come with no trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble. I just want to have a talk with you, okay? And I think that's all we need is just to have a conversation. That way you can stop, and then I can know that like this won't ever happen again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm done.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I came here. You know what I mean? I didn't bring anybody else, right? I kind of just wanted to talk to you about it, okay? You do know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
When I'm okay. Do you care if we just come in here and talk so no neighbors hear us? I don't want anybody calling anybody that doesn't have to be here. Okay?
Ooh, hold on.
And I am recording for your safety and my safety, okay? And that's just because I'm in your house. Okay, that's it. So, Merry Christmas, by the way, dude. I'm sorry that we had to meet like this, you know, but you know, hopefully we can resolve this, like I said.
Yeah, no, I'm...
You know what I mean? That way just stuff like this doesn't happen again, because... How old did she say that she was? I have her phone here, actually. This is her phone. Her grandma was like, you know, had called me. I'm like a mediator, you know what I'm talking about. So she was just like, you know, it's Christmas time. I just want to make sure that, you know, Kurt doesn't, you know, do this again.
Yeah, no,
type
I'm
of
good.
thing, you know. I know you're a good guy, dude. Everybody that I've talked to about you tells me that you're a good dude, you know what I mean? That you're just, you know, down on...
Yeah, I'm a little...
You're a little...
up in the head right now with heart surgery.
Right. So I took that into consideration. I know you're kind of down bad right now, right? So I'm like, you know, this guy just had heart surgery. It's Christmas time. Let me just try to go over there, talk with him, see if I can kind of knock some sense into him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, wait, I mean, I cut it off. I stopped.
Yeah, no, I completely understand, dude. And
Yeah, I'm not going to text her no more.
yeah, you guys were kind of, I mean, you were kind of a little bit pushy towards her, right? And her being 13, you know, she doesn't know better, you know, she's a kid, you know, so it's like, kind of wanted to come here and kind of just see your kind of stuff, you know, your side of... Oh, let me see that. I pulled up. Let me see. Holy cow. How long ago did you have that happen?
End of November.
Well, dude, God bless you, dude. I mean, that's a huge surgery. You know, my uncle actually had heart surgery.
Yeah,
And,
I had tried our triple bypass.
yep. And he actually woke up and went septic, so you're lucky, you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's going that way. My legs are swollen.
Yeah, your feet are a little puffed up.
Right here's a little messed up where they
Yeah.
took the graft.
Yeah. Well, God bless you, dude. You know, I hope...
But you can let them know that we're done.
Yeah, you know, there's just, you know, there's a little bit that we do need to go over and talk about. You know, if you can just give me a little bit of time. I know, you know, you probably weren't expecting me to come knock on your door and talk to you about it, but, you know, it could have been somebody else knocking at the door besides me. So, you know, I think you should kind of feel a little bit thankful that it's me and not somebody else.
I'm
you know,
very sorry, and it won't happen again.
because there was a few times in this chat log here that you were like, you had said that it's against the law what you were doing. You know, you didn't want to get in trouble. You asked her if she was a cop, she was a police. You know what I mean? Because she wouldn't send you what you kept begging her to send you. You know, I was reading this chat log. As you can see, I have start to finish.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that is your picture there.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, this is your account that you were talking to her on, you know. So I was going over this the past, what, like maybe almost 2 weeks. You guys have been kind of talking back and forth.
About a week, maybe?
Yeah. And through the whole time, especially when she told you her age right off the bat, she told you like almost right away, you know, within just a few messages that she was 13. And then things kind of got a little bit out of hand, man.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sorry about that. I
you
really
know?
am.
Are you like married, or do you have a girlfriend?
Separated.
Okay. Do you think that might have been? You haven't
that's
had any in a while, so you're kind
I'm
of.
just like I said. I just got done with the heart surgery, and I'm
just kind of fucked up.
Yesterday was my
you know?
mom's death anniversary. It's been
Oh,
almost 2 years.
Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that.
A lot
man.
of shit's been going on with me lately.
Yeah, my dad's anniversary is actually coming up in January, so we can relate on that, bro. Seriously, and thank you for being honest with me, dude. That goes a long way. You know, it really does. You know, because I'm only here to help you. You know, but so after she told you the age here, things kind of went south. You know, what were you kind of thinking, you know, asking her everything that you asked her?
I don't think I really was thinking.
Yeah,
I think it was just
I don't think so
caught
either.
up in the moment.
Right. Have you done anything like this before?
A while back, yeah.
Yeah, I know you did. Cause like I investigated you quite a bit before I came here and knocked on your door. So, and I can see like a lot of like your online activity, you know, like what you do like online and what you've been looking at and stuff like that. And, you know, like I said, dude, as long, you know, if you're honest with me, you know, because I
guess it's a good thing I didn't really see her at all.
It is, because, you know, I'm trying to help you and kind of stop your online activity and kind of like what you're doing online, because there's other stuff you're kind of dibbling and dabbling in, you know. I think we both know what, you know, I'm talking about. And it's okay. Yeah. And, you know, other stuff like that, you know. And, you know, if we can kind of, you know, get through this together, you know, I'm here to help you.
Yeah, like I said.
Maybe we can get some counseling or something along those lines. You know, I don't think like law enforcement needs to find out about this, as long as you're honest with me.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I can go back. I was at Spectrum at one point.
Yeah.
I can go back to them.
Yeah. Because
see about getting some more help.
Yeah. You know, I actually did see that you did have some type of counseling not too long ago. I don't think it was.
It's only been about, I think I stopped a year when I got off probation.
Yeah.
I stopped going.
You're finally off probation?
Yep. Everything's free, clear, I'm good.
Yeah. What were you on probation for?
Solicitation.
Of a minor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So, you're on the registry for that?
Yep.
I know. So you are considered a sexual offender now, Kurt.
Yes.
You know.
Level 1.
Level 1. I know that. And thank you for being honest, okay? Honesty does go a long way, like I said, okay? So what had happened in the past that you had got put on probation for? What was the situation?
I was talking to a girl. I didn't know how old she was, and...
Are you sure you didn't know how old? I mean, I read up on it, you know.
At the time I got the pictures, no, I didn't. Afterwards, yes.
Yeah. So you were kind of almost doing the same thing with Mimi here that you were doing with the other minor that you got caught for and got put on probation and became a sex offender over, right?
So, like I said, I'm done.
All right. But I mean,
I promise
you being a sex offender though, Kurt, I mean, you know, you're doing it again.
I promise it won't happen again.
No, I know it won't happen again. That's why I came here. Okay. I'm hoping to kind of talk you through this and kind of get you.
It's kind of hard for me to stand with my...
Do you want to go sit down?
No, because my brother's sleeping.
Okay. I mean, you can sit down right here if you'd like.
I just need to lean.
Okay, that's fine, buddy. All right. So how long were you on probation for that sex offense there?
I did 3 years house arrest, and then 2.5 years probation.
Yeah. And how old was that minor?
She was, I don't think she said she was 14.
Was she 13?
Like I said at the time.
I thought it said less than 13. 13
she might have
or
been
less.
13, but she told me 14.
Did she? Okay. Where did you meet her at?
I didn't. I met her online, and
where online?
It was an adult site, chat site.
No shit. She was on an adult site, huh?
Yep.
Oh, so then what happened from there?
Went to court in South Carolina, and they said her lying about her age or being on that site is no defense on the case, so
yeah,
I took my plea and did my time and
kind of just took it to the chin and say,
yeah,
you
so
said that
that's my
you
mistake.
you
I
messed
fucked
up, and yeah, man. Well, I was hoping that, this would have never happened again after that, right?
Oh, it's not gonna happen no more. I can guarantee it.
Well, I'm sure you said that the first time when it happened, because now you're a repeat offender, you're a sex offender on the registry in the state of New York, and you already did this kind of stuff. How long ago?
2018, 19.
Yeah, I thought it was about 19. So, and now, we're back here almost 2025, 6 years later, right?
Yep.
Doing it again. So, I mean, how long has this stuff kind of been going on with you for? Like,
this is only the second time.
Well, Kurt, I mean, it doesn't just, you don't just wake up after getting charged with,
Like I said, at
what you've
first
been
it was
charged
just
for.
chatting, and then it just.
Right. What about the other, like, minors that you've been talking to besides her?
What other minors?
The ones that you've been talking to online?
I don't talk to anybody else online.
Nobody else with
No.
the age of... Because remember, I mean, I see all your,
Yeah, no,
your
I don't talk
history
to
and stuff
anybody
like
else
that.
that's a
Okay.
minor.
All right. So, like, what kind of made you, knowing that you're a sex offender and got caught for this and got put on probation and house arrest and all
Like
that,
I said,
what
I
kind
don't
of
think I
made
was really thinking.
Yeah.
I was just caught up in the chat.
Yeah. And how old are you?
40.
You're 40. And then you told her that you were 30. So you lied to her about your age, Kurt.
I know.
How come? What made you do that?
Because I didn't want her to know how old I really was.
How come?
Because I felt closer to her age or make her want to stay more and talk.
Right. So you were grooming her a lot too.
I was just trying to keep the conversation going.
Right. That you started. You got sexual first. You reached out to her first, buddy. Right. And then, I mean, I'm just trying to understand, like, what made you attracted to talking to her the way that you did on here.
Because her picture didn't seem like she was that young.
Right, but when somebody tells you, she didn't tell you any other age besides the age of 13. Nowadays, coming up on 2025, like I said,
that was my mistake. I should have just stopped at the beginning.
Yeah, kids nowadays,
right.
Some 16-year-olds look like they're 19, and if they tell you that they're underage, you should know. I mean, I'm sure you got, I'm sure you had to go to classes and stuff like that. And what do they teach you in these classes that you went to, man? Just sex offender classes, right?
How to cope with and
right.
stuff like that. Like if you start feeling that way, how to
right.
cope and steer away
And I'm sure that they told you, if you were ever in a situation like this again, I'm sure they taught you how to like stop yourself, right? Like the urges, your urges and stuff like that, So you were getting back to these messages, dude. You were really pressing her for naked pictures of a 13-year-old.
I'm sorry about that.
And I mean, you were very aggressive. Every day you were asking like 6 times a day, maybe 7 times a day, right?
I'm sorry about that.
You were really, really pressing her, dude, right?
Like I said, I won't do it no more.
But why did you want to see her like that? What made you ask so many times and be so pressing towards this minor?
She just looks beautiful. And like I said, I don't think I was actually really thinking.
Right. And I mean, you kind of are attracted to minors, so I think that kind of had a big part in this, right? Being attracted to minors.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been attracted to minors for, do you think? Just a guesstimate.
I have no idea. It's like I said, it's only the second.
Right. Do you think it started before 2019?
No.
No?
I think it started after the whole situation with me and the wife going through all our...
Oh, shit.
So...
What happened with you and wifey?
We just split.
How come?
I don't know. We just grew apart, I guess. Like, we were living together, but barely talking, not sleeping together.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we've all been there, dude. We're all men here. Shit happens, But there's really no other reason why you guys
Nope.
kind of split up the way you did?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. And then like the truth or dare stuff that you...
Yeah. Sorry.
What's up with that, man?
That was just
you were trying. No, you were trying to get to know her sexually, is what you were trying to do. I mean, be honest. Right? I mean, right? It happens. I mean, I'm not. I don't think of you as a bad guy because of this.
Well, apparently you guys know us because you're still sitting here.
Well, I mean, I just want to kind of make sure that you realize.
What you're saying, and I do realize that.
But like, you know, you saying that while you're still standing here, that shows me that there's no remorse, that you don't care.
Remorse. I am
okay,
sorry.
well, we'll show it a little bit more. Okay, because I could have just, you know, I could have went a different route with this, but I chose not to because I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here, dude.
And like I said, I won't talk to her no more, and we're good.
You know,
I'll delete her off the phone.
And then when she wouldn't get right back to you, right? You were like, never, fine, I'm going, bye. You don't want to talk to me anymore. And then when she'd be like, you know, when she told you she was scared to send those pictures and very nervous, you kept pressing her. And when she kept telling you no, you were very aggressive, like, wow, whatever, fine. You don't want to talk to me then. Like, that's weird, bro, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You see where I'm coming from, though?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done any of that.
You know, like, you were really out of hand here, man.
I'm sorry.
You know? And then you wanted her to video chat with you so she could show you some things that you were asking her to show you. Now, we both know that's inappropriate, right?
Yes.
I mean, this whole situation is.
Yes.
You know, from start to finish, everything is black and white right here.
Yes.
You know, and let's just say your brother reads this, right? It's very clear what was going on here.
Right.
You know. Now, what do you think your brother would say, knowing that you're a sex offender, and hold on, and you've done this before and got charged and are now on the registry, right?
He wouldn't be happy.
He would not be happy at all, right?
And I apologize, and I'm really, truly sorry, sir.
You know, who's the guy on Nichols Street?
What do you mean?
Where you used to live?
What do you mean, what guy?
Who's the guy who answered that door at your old house? You don't know him?
I have no idea.
He knows you.
Could have been my father-in-law, maybe?
Okay.
Ex-father-in-law?
Okay, who else lives there?
Well, that's where me, the wife, and her parents lived.
You used to live here back in 98 too, right?
Yes.
And then to like 2000, right?
Yes.
And then you moved, and now you're back here.
Yes.
This is your brother's house?
Yes.
Okay. And he was the one that you were talking about in the chat that would help you with your heart surgery and stuff, like get around? Oh, okay.
That's my brother. That's in Akron.
In Akron. Okay. So he would drive all the way here to help you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Why wouldn't he help you upstairs?
My brother here?
Yeah.
He's handicapped.
Oh, is he? Okay. Okay, wheelchair ramp makes sense now. Okay. I was wondering about that. All right. You know, you told her you wanted to do bad things to her. You were kind of teaching her some stuff.
I'm sorry.
That she had no idea about, right? I mean, it was like every other message, sexy pics, please send me it. I mean, you were really pressuring her. What if she did send you that?
I'd probably be in a lot of trouble.
What would you have done with those pictures if she did? I mean, just be honest, dude. We're all men here.
I would have just looked at it, and then, like I said, I would have deleted them. I don't keep them.
Yeah. So, going back to some of these other messages, like I said before, dude, you were very persistent with her. Like I said, she has no consent, dude. You know what I mean? She doesn't know better, right? She's 13.
Right, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I know you said that enough. I know you're sorry. You know, everything. I mean, this whole conversation was very out of hand, very sexual with this minor, dude.
It won't happen again. You can let them know. I promise.
Yeah, you know, I had just talked to her grandma before I pulled up. I told her I was gonna come here and kind of try and talk to you. You know what I mean? So hopefully I can talk and let her know that, you know, you kind of were a little bit remorseful. I mean, you are a sex offender, right? And I mean, you did it again, so I don't know how she's gonna think about that now, you know, because I didn't let her know that you've done this before, right? So, you know, how are you feeling right now?
Like an asshole. Like,
Yeah. You could have hurt her, you know, you could have,
really bad.
because let's just say, like, she did send you those pictures, right? You know what that's considered?
Yeah, child pornography.
Yes, it is. Now, I understand that, you know, you have WhatsApp, and I understand that you have Telegram.
I don't have Telegram.
You had Telegram back in June.
Telegram.
Back in June, right?
Yeah, I might still have an account, but it's not. I don't use it.
Yeah.
I don't know the password to get into it anymore. Or not.
What is Telegram exactly? Like, is it more like individual messages, or is it more groups, right?
Yeah, it's more groups.
More groups and stuff? Yeah. What about WhatsApp?
That's just individual. That's just...
Yeah.
Like, I talked to a few people from the Philippines.
Yeah.
So it doesn't charge roaming or long distance on the phone.
Right. Is that the only thing you use WhatsApp for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And remember, man, I could see all your history that's on there. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just trying to hear, you know, I'm just here to try to help you. Okay. So, honesty is the best right now, because this is in my hands. It very well could leave my hands, right? And go somewhere else where, you know, you probably wouldn't want it to be, right? Because then you might be on, you know, you might get that tier 1, right? You're tier 1.
I am level 1 right now.
So that number 1 could turn into number 3.
Right.
Right? And we don't want that, right?
Nope.
Okay. So I understand that on WhatsApp and Telegram, I seen your history on there. Okay. So what kind of stuff is going on there?
Well, like I said, I haven't used Telegram in so long, so...
Right. But hold on. We'll start with Telegram first, okay? Back when you did have Telegram, what was going on that app?
I was just used to convo,
right.
talk,
right,
in groups.
Right. What kind of groups?
Whatever group. Like, I would meet people online, and they'd be like, you got Telegram or Google Chat or...
Right. What kind of stuff was happening in those groups?
I only got into one group, and it was one person, and it was just trying to keep up the chat. I left.
Okay, well, nobody has Telegram and has one group with one person in it. Okay, there's multiple people in groups, so...
No, but I'm saying it was the one group I was in.
Okay.
And I just couldn't keep up with all the chat.
Right.
So I just left, and I haven't been back on it.
What was talked about in some of those groups on there? I mean, listen. I know all the answers to what I'm going to ask you. Okay.
It was all sexual stuff. But
I know.
Underage.
And I'm not judging you. Okay. But sometimes, and it's not like you wanted to see shit, right?
Right.
Because Telegram, you know, they kind of suck you in the rabbit hole, right?
Right.
They send stuff to you that you might not want to see.
Right.
Right? And I know you've seen some of that stuff that you didn't want to see, but it was still sent to you. Right? So what kind of stuff was sent to you that you did not want to see?
I didn't see no pictures of anything that was inappropriate. It's just, like I said, people would send pictures and it's like, come join a group or...
Right, but I mean, dude, we all know what Telegram is, dude. Okay, listen, and this isn't my first time talking to somebody in your shoes. Okay, I do this on a regular basis. All right, I know all about Telegram. I know all about WhatsApp. Okay, I've seen your history, okay, on both apps. So let's start over.
I'm telling you, I don't remember what I did with Telegram.
That's fine. I'm just asking you.
And on WhatsApp, it was the one girl from the Philippines I talked to, the older lady.
Right, but I'm asking you, Kurt, okay, not that you wanted to see stuff on Telegram or WhatsApp. Right?
Right.
But people send stuff in groups all the time.
Right.
Right? And like, it might have not have been like you know, what you wanted to see, but there was definitely some stuff on there that was sent in the group that was inappropriate, right or wrong.
Right.
Okay, see, I know this. I'm trying to make you understand. I know all the answers to what I'm going to ask you. Okay, so you sweating. It's okay, bro. We're almost done. I'm going to go my way, you'll go your way, and then hopefully I won't ever have to see you again.
You won't. This will be the last time.
Huh?
This will be the last time.
I hope. I mean, as long as you continue to be honest with me, because I'm kind of having to pry these answers from you out when I already know them. Well, like I just want to see if you're going to be honest. If you're going to be honest with me, like I said, I'll go my way, you go your way. I won't ever have to see you again. But if you're lying, then this is going to have to leave my hands, dude.
No, I'm not lying, sir.
Okay. All right. So, going back to some of the things that you did not want to see on Telegram.
Right.
Okay. That was inappropriate, right? Out of hand. Okay. So.
That's why I don't use it.
I understand. I know. Okay. Like I knew you didn't use it since June. You haven't been on there since June. I know. How do you think I knew that? Because I investigated you and I checked out everything. Okay. I didn't drive 3 hours from where I'm at to come talk to you when I don't know anything.
Right.
Okay. So, how many pictures were sent on that group? Because this is why I need you. Listen, I need you to help me get to those people. Because listen, hold on. You're not sitting there recording these videos. You're not sitting there doing that shit. I want those guys, right? That are sending that stuff, right?
Honestly, do not know how many were sent.
Okay. Let's
100% honestly.
Okay, let's take a guess. Let's guesstimate. Okay.
Probably 6 or 7.
Okay, underage pictures.
I don't know if they're underage.
I mean, dude, I know what Telegram's about. I've seen everything on there. I think you would know what an underage girl would look like. Okay, so how many underage girls did you get sent in the group that you didn't want to see? It's not your fault. They sent it. You've seen it.
I do not know. I think it was only like 6 pictures that were sent in a group, and I do not know if they were underage. As soon as the pictures came up, I lied.
Okay, then why did you tell me that it was inappropriate? What was inappropriate about the pictures?
Because some of them were in lingerie and.
Well, I mean, if they're over 18, that's not inappropriate, right?
Right.
So let's back up just a teeny weeny bit. Okay.
They look borderline, I'll say.
Okay. All right. See, dude, like, I don't want to sit here and pry this shit out of you, bro.
I understand, and I'm sorry.
I'd rather have you be honest. That way brother doesn't wake up and hear this shit, right?
Right.
Because like we said, if he heard this stuff, right, then you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So let's just be honest. That way I can get out of your hair, man. But
but like I said, I don't know who sent the pictures.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll get there. But you did see some underage photos on Telegram that you didn't want to see. They just sent it to you.
Right.
Okay. Now they were naked, right?
One maybe.
Quite a few, Kurt.
Were there? Like I said, a lot of them after I left, I didn't.
But I mean, you did see. I mean, during the time that I seen that you were on Telegram, right, and using it, these pictures were sent. So there's no way that you didn't see the ones that I'm talking about.
Okay, then so I don't know which ones you're talking about.
Okay, so let's talk about the ones that you did see. What were they wearing?
The one girl was in a bra and panties. One was topless. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of them were pretty much dressed.
Pretty flat-chested.
Yeah.
Young in the face.
No. Looked about 19 maybe, borderline.
I'm talking about under the age of 18 that I know these pictures that you've seen on Telegram, okay? So how many do you think that you've seen that are under the age of 18 that got sent to you?
Probably like 3 or 4.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere, okay? Topless and naked, right?
Well, topless.
Yeah, and you could see her, you know.
Yes.
Her
boobs.
And her private.
No, well, maybe. I wasn't really looking, like I said, when they popped
right.
open.
I mean, but
I laughed.
Right, but you see, I mean, there was quite a few that you seen that had no underwear on, and they, you know, you had seen the underage privates, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Dude, thanks for being honest, dude. Listen, I know this is hard, okay? I know it's hard, right? But this is kind of almost like you got to look at it like this, right? Today is the first day of the rest of your life, dude.
Right.
Right? I hope after I leave, it's a big off of your shoulders, bro.
Yeah, it's no more. I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm really trying to get you the help that you need, you know? Really, like genuinely, right?
Yeah.
So how many pictures of these underage females have you seen in Telegram topless and with no underwears on? Just a guess. I mean,
probably 6, if that.
You sure?
Yeah, as far as I can remember.
Okay. All right.
Like I said, I only was on Telegram for a short time and I barely used it.
Right. How long were you on Telegram for?
Not even a month, maybe.
Okay. Now, you had saved some of these pictures on Telegram that you got of the underage girls, right?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have reason to believe that, you did save some of these pictures. Okay.
They might be on my account, but not saved to my phone.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. So there still might be some on the actual Telegram chat.
Yeah, but I don't, like I said, I don't know.
You don't look at them, they're just there. I
don't know how to get into Telegram anymore.
Right. Okay. And then WhatsApp too. Right? I mean, you've received photos on WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, from the girl from the Philippines, but she's a grandma.
Right, but I mean, I'm talking about the same type of pictures that were on Telegram, because I know, like I said, dude, I know your search history.
Yeah, but they're not of underage.
Well, that's what you said about Telegram, and then it turned out to be...
Well, no, WhatsApp is, like I said, the girls from the Philippines, and...
Right, but there's quite a few people that you talk to on WhatsApp.
Not anymore, but yeah.
But you used to back in,
way back,
right?
Yeah.
And they were, right?
Right.
There were some bad people sending you some more stuff, just like Telegram was, with the underage pictures of minors, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, excuse me. How many pictures on WhatsApp did you see like that? Like, just like Telegram, underage girls under the age of 18 that were topless and bottomless.
I couldn't tell you offhand.
Let's guess.
Probably 10.
Okay. And how about the videos?
Well, the videos were they were people over age.
You sure?
I'm hoping.
Kurt, I mean, we
I'm
both know.
I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, I do know that you got videos sent to you.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Okay. Why is it so hard for you to tell me this stuff, dude?
Because for me, it seems the videos, they were older. Like I said, all the stuff from way back.
Besides a few. I mean, there was a few that were underage, dude.
Not recently, though.
Right, but it was a long time ago.
Exactly.
Right, okay, that's fine.
I've already did the time for that one.
Okay. But more recently, on Telegram, I mean, Telegram's been more recent pictures that you didn't do the time for.
But I also, okay. I get that.
All right.
I understand.
Listen, I know all the answers, dude. I know all this stuff, man. Like I said, I didn't drive 3 hours.
I understand, and like
for
I said,
nothing,
I'm sorry.
right? No, I know you are. And I really listen, dude. Sit down, man. Take a break, get comfortable, because this might take a little bit still.
I can't.
It's okay. I'll help you up too, man. So, the stuff on Telegram has been more recent. So you didn't do that time for these 6 or more pictures that you've seen on Telegram of these underage girls that are topless and stuff, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. And, what about the videos on Telegram now? I understand that there's quite some...
I didn't see no videos, sir. I mean, they could be into my account, but like I said, I'm not logged into it.
Right, but I mean, they're still on there.
But I can't tell you if I've seen them, because I have not.
Okay. Okay, but when you did have it open, right, and you were using Telegram, right?
Right.
There was also video sent to you of underage people that you've seen and looked at.
I don't think I've looked at any videos.
Just pictures.
Just pictures.
Of underage girls.
Like I said, to me...
You already said you did, bro. I mean, don't backtrack now. Don't backtrack now.
At the time, I thought they were of age.
Right, but in reality, they weren't.
Right.
Okay, all right. I think there was, a little bit more pictures, right, that I've came across, because like my system, what it does when I run like your IP and stuff that's connected to your phone, right, it kind of like lights up different colors, right? And if it lights up a lot, like in the red, then that means, you've got quite a bit of that kind of stuff on your phone, right? And it's been happening for a long time. And in this case, your IP and the activity that you were doing on your phone, right, it was lighting up like a Christmas tree, bro. So I know there's been a lot of activity, right, more than just 6 pictures of underage people on Telegram that you've looked at, okay? So can we back up just a little bit more and figure this out?
I'm telling you, that's all I remember, sir.
Okay. Do you think you might have forgot about a few?
I might have. Like, I don't really think about it anymore at all.
And
Telegram.
Right. And then how about the activity that you had when you were kind of like sending them to other people in the groups? It was just to show them, because at the time you didn't know that they were underage.
Yeah, I don't even think I sent any pictures in Telegram.
Like the trading that was going on, you guys?
Yeah, I don't think I sent anything.
You don't think?
Not that I'm aware of. And if I did, it was only a facial pic.
No, I'm talking about the pictures that you received, right? Like in the groups. And then what you would do is, like, if somebody asked you for a picture or something, you would send those pictures, right?
Like I said, I never sent nothing. I would not send.
You just received the CP?
I just looked at them and that would be it.
Okay, so you only received the CP?
Right.
Okay, all right. And it's about 6 pictures, you said? Okay.
That I can remember, yes.
Right, but they're possibly, because I know you just had surgery and stuff, right? And, your memory's not all there yet. You're still, you're down bad a little bit, so you're still trying to, get back up. So possibly, most likely, there's some that you had forgotten about. Right. And let's just say I went on Telegram and went on there, there could possibly be more underage pictures on there that you might have forgot about.
That I haven't even looked at, yes.
Right, okay. So, what kind of other activity on there were you doing?
On what?
On WhatsApp and Telegram?
WhatsApp, I just talked to the one girl from the Philippines right now, and that's it.
All right, what about before?
Before, I was just talking to people.
Mm-hmm. What kind of people?
They were either from Kenya or they were all like content creators.
Mm-hmm. What kind of content?
You pay them, like send them money, and they'd send you pictures of them.
Right. Yeah. Seems like you have an issue with that, because you were talking about that in the chat, as well, that you had some friends that you send money to and they kind of do what they need to do for you, right? So, and I know in like other countries, like they kind of condone like the underage stuff, right? So like I know you've seen that type of stuff on WhatsApp too, man. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. And I mean, I like talking to honest people. I don't like getting lied to. It just makes things a lot better if we're just honest. So, like, I do know that, some of the people that you've talked to on WhatsApp, right, were underage as well.
Were they? Like I said, as far as I know, they were all of age.
Right.
Like, nobody told me they were underage.
Not like Telegram, though?
No.
Okay. Alright. Do you do this kind of stuff often?
No.
Online, like talking to other minors and
No.
stuff? Because, I mean, I could pop up your stuff right now, like I did on the way here, and, like, really look through your inbox. So, do you need, like...
I'm pretty sure there's nobody else I talk to that's
Well,
underage.
pretty sure and 100% sure is, like...
I mean, the only person I talk to is my friend Heather.
Okay.
Which I've known for over 20-some years.
Right.
I've talked to her.
Right.
And other than that, I really don't talk to anybody. My friend Alicia. My cousin.
That's it? Just gonna see if you're gonna lie to me again, bro. That's it.
I mean, I've talked to some people from overseas, like...
I'm talking about underage people and receiving underage stuff. That's the topic where I'm not interested in 18 and older because that's legal. Okay, that's okay for you to see. I'm really trying to get to these bad people that have been sending you this stuff.
Yeah, the minor
so
stuff.
I'm trying to use you as like the middleman here, right? To help me get to these bigger people. You know what I mean? So how many groups were you on Telegram?
I have no idea. Only one that I know of. Like I said, I used it maybe once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never really in it.
Yeah. Here, we're gonna have you open this in a minute. Why don't you just hold it? All right, just hold it there for a minute. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's my main goal, man, is to kind of use you as the middleman here, right? To help me get to these people that are sending you this type of stuff on Telegram and these other apps, right?
Yeah, so I have no idea who sends the stuff.
Right. It's just like in the group.
Yeah.
And like there's probably a ton that come in the group, right?
Right.
Probably like hundreds a day sometimes.
I have no idea. Like I said,
when you were using it, it was quite a bit.
It one time, and
I mean, you didn't use it one time. You were on there quite a bit, Kurt. Okay, that's not backtrack now.
I'm not backtracking. I'm just saying I don't remember using it that much.
But you definitely used it quite a bit.
Okay.
Right. I mean, right?
Right.
Okay, so using it quite a bit, and if you're only on one group on there, right? And if you're using it quite a bit, then I know you've seen quite a bit. Right?
Right.
Okay. So, and like they're the bad guys. You're not the bad guy here. Okay? I just would really like to know like what group you were in, kind of that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah.
It's been so long since I've been on Telegram, I just don't even, I don't think about it.
Right. Well, let's try to remember, okay? Because I still got time. I don't got nothing to do for the rest of the day. Brother's upstairs sleeping. You're sitting down. You're cool. You're sweating a little bit, but that's okay, you know? You know, I still... You have my undivided attention, man, so let's just try.
I'm telling you all I remember.
Okay. You have a short-term memory, don't you? You don't seem to remember a lot. But in the chat log that I have, right, in my hands, you seem to remember a lot, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, you just remembered a lot of stuff about the minor. So I mean, I know you're still sharp up there, right?
Yeah.
You're not.
No.
Okay, so and you're fibbing still a little bit here, man. So I mean, I don't want to lose my patience with you. Okay. I'm really just trying to talk it out.
You're asking me stuff about other people that I do not know.
Right, but what I'm asking you is, you know, the activity on Telegram, Okay, that's what we're getting at.
Right. And
how was your activity on there? You were on there a lot. You've seen a lot of underage pictures. They got sent to you, and like I said, it's not something that you wanted to see, right?
No.
But you still received it. You still looked at it, and it's still on your phone, which is okay because I'm gonna help you wipe it out.
It's actually not on my phone.
Well, Telegram is on your phone, and you had just said earlier that the pictures were on Telegram, even though you don't use it.
Even on my phone. I can go get you my phone right
No,
now.
that's fine. That's fine. We'll get there. But then how come you told me earlier that you still had Telegram, you just haven't logged in, and the pictures could still be on Telegram? Not a big deal. We'll get rid of them for you.
I don't know how to delete the account completely. So delete it off my phone, but just the account might still be active in Telegram, but
right,
it's not downloaded or anything on my phone.
Right. I got you. Man, I'm feeling a little dizzy. My sugar's a little low today.
Mine too.
I got sugar.
And everything too.
Do you know who's out here shoveling? You want me to get you some sugar?
Yeah, can you go get my Butterfinger, please?
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, man.
I think he left.
Oh, I don't know who it was. He's shoveling something.
So, this activity is what we need to talk about here, man. You seeing and receiving these underage pictures of these minors. That's what I'm interested in, because I'd like to get to the people that are doing this stuff in the groups and stuff.
Right, and I don't know how to help you with that, sir. Right. I'm trying to tell you, because I don't know who was sending it. I don't know what group it was in.
Mm-hmm. And I'm here to help you, dude. We can get rid of that stuff in a little bit before I leave here. I'm almost done, But how many? You can sit back down, dude. I'm gonna be
in
trouble.
Go get my phone?
No, not yet. That's fine. We'll figure that out.
Speed this up, I really need to take a
Oh, you got a shit? Yeah, I'd probably need a shit too if I were in your shoes right now, buddy.
I'm really not feeling good, sir.
Yeah, you kind of look pale. You all right?
No, I'm having pains in my chest.
Yeah. Well, do you need medical attention?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Do you need me to call like an ambulance or anything like that? Okay. All right.
I got my medication.
Oh, okay. What kind of medication you on?
I take aspirin and oxycodone.
Nice. Yeah.
Not really.
No.
Makes me sleep.
Yeah. Oh, is that why you're sleeping all the time and stuff and dozing off and all that? Yeah. Do you think being under the influence like you are with that type of medication has anything to do with what you were doing?
Well, you're just inebriated enough to where I wasn't thinking right.
Yeah. But I mean, you weren't on medication when you offended in 2019, so I don't think it had anything to do with that.
No, I didn't blame anything on that either.
Yeah.
That was just plain stupidity.
Where were you living in 19? You had just moved out of here.
Spencerport.
Yeah. Is that maybe what?
At the time the first offense happened, I was just going through. Me and the wife were still together.
Right.
And all this happened, and I was down south, and I was going to come back home, and we were still going to be together.
Right.
But then we wound up splitting up before I got back from South Carolina.
Yeah, because you did live in South Carolina at one point, right? Yeah. So, I mean, do you think maybe because of what you did in 2019 with this other minor, do you think the wife might have left you because of that?
I think she left me because she got tired of waiting for me to come home, and she wound up finding somebody else.
Yeah.
You didn't bring any Butterfingers?
They're not out there? Oh, what the... I gotta go to the store and get a Butterfinger on my way home then, bro. So you were still married when this stuff went on?
Yes.
With the other minor?
Yes, we were just in a rut. We were...
Right. But I mean, your wife...
Good place together.
Right. Your wife did know about it.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's why she left you. I mean... Could you say that? I mean, that's
the whole
probably
time I was
honest,
in
right?
jail, she kept sending me money. We kept talking about me coming home. Like I said, it was up until I was almost ready to come home when she told me she was with somebody else.
Oh, she was with somebody else? Probably because you were doing what you were doing.
I was down south still, and
yeah. So this took place in South Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah. You were arrested?
Yes.
Obviously, right? And you're not registered in the state of New York, it's just South Carolina.
No, I'm registered in New York.
What part of New York?
Right here.
Okay. Tier 1, you said, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is that lifetime?
I think 10 years.
10 years? Yeah. So you didn't do no jail time?
I did 18 months and then 3 years house arrest, but the house arrest was with the 18 months was only with the time served, so
yeah.
I only did like 18 months maybe. 2 years.
State prison?
No, house arrest.
You didn't do
I wasn't in prison.
Wow.
I did 18 months in jail before I even got...
Right, but 18 months in jail, what, like you were in the county jail?
Yeah, it was like the...
You did 18 months in the county jail?
Yeah, in a detention center.
They didn't send you upstate for that?
Nope.
Wow, you lucked out, bucko. How did they treat you in jail?
I was in a dorm of people with the same charges, so...
Oh, so they were protecting you?
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. That's usually what they do. They protect sex offenders and stuff like that. Wow. That's crazy you didn't do state time over that. How long were you talking to the other minor for in South Carolina?
A couple months. I think it was from like July to August, maybe June to August.
Yeah. And so she how did you get caught? What happened? What happened for you to go to jail and everything? And
we kind of stopped talking, and then...
Did you had met with her though, right? No. It was just over the phone. You used to talk to her, like voice calls and stuff, or just text messages?
Just text messages, and she'd be like in the... It was this app called Live Me, which was 17 and older.
What was the app called?
Live Me.
Live Me, yeah.
And she'd be on there doing like little video things where you talk to her and chat to her while she was on video.
Did you ever talk to her yourself on video besides what she was posting? Like seen her on video besides what she was posting?
Well, she sent me some videos, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we didn't talk on video.
Yeah. So then, what happened? The cops just came to your house? Like, how did they find out you were talking to this minor?
Yeah, South Carolina had a warrant for me, and they came and talked to me at my house, and then 2 weeks later...
This was a real minor?
Yeah.
That you were talking to? So, somebody had to find out on her end, right?
Yeah. She actually had all the videos and that on her phone, and her mom found them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just told her mom who she sent everything to.
You were pretty pressuring with her, too. Like you were with the minor that I'm here talking to you about. You're aggressive with her. You're an aggressive guy when it comes to minors. I mean, it, happened once before, right?
It ain't happening no more.
Well, I'm sure you said that the first time.
I didn't say that the first time.
Right?
But yeah.
So, I mean, who's this coming up? Hey, how we doing, officer? Good. So, Kurt, you're not going to message any underage girls again, right?
No.
Because you are a sex offender in the state of New York, right?
Yes.
You're not going to be pressuring, asking for child porn from her, right?
No.
And you're going to get rid of those CP images that are on the Telegram, right?
Yes.
You're going to delete those of the underage girls that are naked on your phone, right? You're going to swipe those out, get rid of Telegram, right?
Yes.
That's kind of where we are right now. Kurt was talking to what he believed to be a 13-year-old minor, was very sexual with her, asking her repeatedly, and was very aggressive with her about sending him naked pictures. So this is kind of where we're at right now with Kurt. And I'm Niky. I have a group online that poses as underage girls to catch online predators like Kurt here. So we came here, he invited us in, it was okay to speak with him. We have everything on video that he admitted to. He admitted to everything that we just spoke about right here. And that's, like I said, that's kind of where we are right now, sir.
Okay.
And, he is a repeat offender. He's done this before in the past. And I actually found that out as I was interviewing him. So I didn't know that beforehand.
Okay, this is all on his computer, or is
it's on his phone? All the images are on your phone?
There's no images on my phone.
Well, the telegram is on your phone. You said that there's...
Telegram is not on my phone. I told you that. It's undeleted. I haven't used it once.
On video...
Forever.
On video, he's just being careful because he's a repeat offender. On video, he did admit that he does have Telegram on his phone. And inside the Telegram, it's an app. It's like a messaging app. Inside that app is where the pictures are.
Okay. And are you on probation, parole, or anything?
No, sir.
No? Okay, why are we on a telephone trying to...
And I have the whole chat log here too, sir, if you'd like to see it. This is, him. I'll let you see where he says... He was very pressuring this minor, what he believed to be a minor, into,
So this is your...
This
conversation back and forth with him?
Yes, sir. Yep. This is our conversation. He right off the bat, we told him that we were 13. Conversation kept going. He got very sexual, very out of hand, very fast. Kept on asking for nude pictures and wanted to video chat and was talking to her very dirty and teaching her sexual things that she should have no idea about. And him being a repeat offender, he should know this, he should know better. And obviously he's back at it again, right, Kurt? So, I think with the evidence here and what we have on video, it should be easy to see what he was doing here, but he keeps saying, all this kind of stuff.
This is him on this side. Right?
Yeah, he's white with the red shirt on. I'd tell him right there I'm 13, and then he says as long as it's just chat, it's okay, but things took a turn here pretty quick. Let me get down to where it gets kind of... Okay, so the minor says what she has on, and then, he wanted more pictures of, showing more skin and sexy. We only sent just regular pictures, nothing just like, ordinary pictures. But he kept pressing, like here, towards the bottom. He's asking to take her shirt off. She had sent the picture. He said, cute, need to take the shirt off. And, when the minor wouldn't talk to him, he was very pressing, very just like out of hand, you know what I mean? He was kind of just, but I have the whole chat log start to finish. He got very sexual. He's asking, he's asking for a pic by now. Like, he's just, the whole thing just out of
conversation.
December 5th is when he reached out to the account. So almost 2 weeks, a week and a half.
Okay.
So I mean, soliciting pictures of a minor also it's considered CP. So, and he is a repeat offender. He's done this before, the same situation.
Okay.
And he did admit he does have those pictures on his phone in his possession right now.
The pictures
of other underage minors that he's gotten.
No, Kurt?
There's no pictures on my phone.
Okay.
Not directly on his phone.
Yeah.
But they're
Do you mind
connected
if
to the accounts.
I take your phone?
Let me go get it for you.
I'd go up there with him just in case he tries to delete anything, sir. Alright guys, cops called, as you can see. What does he say, 40 something years old?
44.
44 years old. He is a sex offender, tier 1. He's already done this before. He's asking if he needs to call his lawyer. So obviously there's, when he gave the phone to the cop, obviously, you know, he had said, do I need to call my lawyer? Because he's guilty. You know, he does know what he's got on his phone right now. So everybody that was watching earlier, he did say it was in Telegram, in the messages. Maybe not saved to his phone, but it was saved to Telegram. So we're gonna see what the police have to do right now, and we'll kind of go from there. But we'll kind of wait for them to come on out.
Close by.
There is, and is there a school, or that was the other address? Yeah, he does need to do prison time. He only did county time. He did 18 months in the county, and he was in a dorm with other sex offenders. They protected him. Obviously, he did not learn his lesson. They're getting his information right now. He's coming out here right now. When his information is getting exposed, just mute that. What do you think they're gonna find in the phone, Kurt?
Nothing. It's just what dots are. Just
goes in a square.
Yeah.
Starting from the left top all the way around.
Yep. And you don't connect to
that last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's just straight around the outside edge.
Do you have a code to the Telegram app to get into Telegram?
Like I told you, I don't remember that code at all.
Oh, now you forget.
I told you that before.
But you do have a code on there, right?
No.
On Telegram?
Telegram, it's you log in and you type in a password, your password.
Right.
But I haven't used it in so long, I don't remember the password.
They'll be able to pull it out. It's okay.
Okay. And the conversation we're saying was on, what's it called, Telegram?
No, so Telegram is another app that I knew that he's been on that is known for like CP trading and like all that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right, Kurt. So obviously this is going to be an ongoing investigation, so we'll be getting back in touch with you.
No problem.
We'll get this phone to the lab where they're going to download everything.
Yep.
Okay. And then
They'll still be able to get into all that stuff, see your deleted history and all that kind of stuff. So
we'll be back in touch, and you guys, I'll meet you up at our office.
Sure. Yep. Just right down the street, right?
Is there anything else you want to tell me, Kurt?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So we will be in touch. Is there a home phone number here?
No, sir.
Nope. This is the only. Okay. All right.
Does your brother have a phone?
Yes.
He lives with his brother.
Okay. We'll be back in touch. Like I said, it's going to be hopefully within the week. I can't guarantee anything, but hopefully within the week we'll get that phone back to you.
All right.
So they can get it up to the lab and get it all done, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right, Kurt. Merry Christmas, dude. You know, I wish we could have met on better terms.
Yep.
But all right. Can I just get one more picture with you real quick?
No, you can't.
All right. All right, thanks. All right, sorry. All right. How's that ticker feeling?
Like, checking.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you shoveling.
You gotta help other people, right?
That's it.
Thanks, man.
That's it. Did you move the car? Oh, all right, cool.
I didn't know if he was gonna pull in.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just right up here to the right, right? Yeah. All right. Yep.
I'll try to see if we can get all that.
Yeah, I could send you guys a link, and you'll have literally all the messages, all on just a single link. But I'll be right up there just in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your help, man. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. I'm going up to the police station. I'm gonna send in the chat log. I'm sure I'm gonna be interviewed by the police and detectives. Was he 45 years old? 44 years old. Registered sex offender in the state of New York. Back at it again. So shout out to George for a great help. We got our Santa hats on today. So we're kind of gotta go up there and figure out what's next for this guy. You know, and he did admit to everything on the live stream. It's on video. He did say he did have those pictures. So at this time, guys, I'm gonna head out and go ahead and sign out. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This actually might be one of our last catches on the road for a little bit. We got to get some more funds up to start traveling a little bit more. So if anybody would like to support us, definitely hit that share button, hit the reaction button. We greatly appreciate that very much. And also Cash App Niky Sal, if that's something you guys would be interested in supporting us so we can get to other catches. It'd be greatly appreciated. That's how we do get around out of state here to get these guys. So like today, we had a donation. We came up to you know, about 3 hours away to get a registered sex offender that's been at it again, you know, for the second time. So without you guys, this catch would not have been possible. So I just, you know, I have to let you guys know, like, thank you so much. You know, it's greatly appreciated. And if you guys would like to, Cash App Niky Sal 814. So that being said, we're signing out. Georgie, want to say goodbye?
Peace. See you later. Till the next time.
See you later, guys.
Always stay posted, ready.
Let's go.